Today, in this class, we're looking at how to correctly actualize the mid-central vowel. So remember in the last class, we did this. We tried to actualize the schwa sound. Okay, I beg your pardon, not the schwa sound. We tried to actualize the open mid-central vowel, which is the R sound. So we're looking at how we can actualize the mid-central vowel. The mid-central vowel are these two, but for today, we're focusing on just this sound. Okay, so you can see in some dictionaries these days, you'll see that when they want to transcribe this sound, they use the sound, but then they put the I beg your pardon, they put the colon, yeah, they put the colon on this sound. For example, you see something like this. Yeah, so this is how you see it these days in some dictionaries. It goes to show you that these two are definitely the same. It might also interest you that sometimes the three of them are even pronounced the same way. For example, Americans Americans pronounce this sound sometimes like this. Yes. So you can hear that when you watch some of the linguistic videos of some Americans and Britons discussing the linguistic properties or the phonological properties of these sounds, you realize that there is this whole place where there's usually no difference between how Americans pronounce this and this. Okay, so let's quickly get back to how to properly articulate this sound. In Africa, like I always say, we hardly ever, you know, pronounce central vowels appropriately. For some of us who know how to pronounce these central vowels, I'm sure they must have put in a lot of hard work to be able to realize the central sounds because we don't have them in our mother tongues. So, what happened is there is this whole approximation that goes on where different people from different parts of Africa try as much as possible to give the best approximation that they can give. And so that's what happens. Now, usually I try to talk about the things that I've known or the things that I've studied, and I'm going to be giving my examples based off of what I've heard from Kenya, Uganda, Ghana, and Nigeria. So from my research, I've discovered, or from reading some of the researches that people have done, or some of the papers written by some linguists, I discovered that Kenya, Uganda pronounce the mid-central vowel as an open front vowel. Ah, right? And so Ghana pronounced the mid-central vowel as an open mid front vowel. Now, Nigeria pronounced the mid-central vowel in various ways, and the ways Nigerians pronounce the mid-central vowel, it depends on the spelling. So as you can see, it follows a spelling pattern. Okay, so when it's UR, they pronounce it as O. When it's ER, they often pronounce it as E, or sometimes they pronounce it as A. Okay, and when it's IR, it's definitely pronounced as an E mostly, but for some cases they can pronounce it as A. So it means that generally, I don't know, like it all depends. It all depends on the spelling for a lot of us Nigerians. Okay, so let's quickly learn how to correctly articulate the sound. So the sound is pronounced uh, uh, and how do you get the sound? First and foremost, make the sound uh-oh, 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 and then stay on the uh, uh, and then elongate it uh, 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 and that's simply it. Uh, so this is it. Uh. Now, if as your mouth is in that position and you try to open it a bit, uh, 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 uh. So you're realizing the sound from to uh to uh, Remember when we did the sound? So this sound is not ah. This is uh, 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 uh. For example, in British English, you have burst church, perk, certain, word, bird, first, journalist, journalist. Okay? So now for Americans, the R must be pronounced. That's why I put the R here, top of this place. So for Americans, you have to pronounce the R. How do you do that? You just say and then you add an R by the end. Er, For example, burst, church, perk, certain. Okay, here they say certain. The T um, becomes changes to a glottal stop. Certain, certain, word, bird, first, journalist, journalist. Okay, so let's quickly go over to how Kenyans and Ugandans say this word. These words, I beg your pardon. So we have bast, chat, pack, satin, wad, bad, fast, journalist. And then they say perfect. Britons say perfect. Americans say perfect. 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 Ghanaians say best. Church. Peck. Setting. Word. Bed. First. Journalist. And perfect. Nigerians, on the other hand, say bossed. Church. Peck. And so when it comes to here, the reason why I put these two lines here is because we can either say it as satin or setting. So some people prefer to say satin, some say setting. Then here we say word. We actually say word, although some people are saying word these days, maybe courtesy of Ghanaian influence. Then we have bed. Yes. So we say bed here. We've always been saying bed here. So here we have forced or fest. Some people say forced, some say fest. When I was young, I think I used to say forced. Forced position, forced. So it's forced and fest for Nigerians. And then we have journalist, journalist. That's how we say it. We say it with an or sound, journalist. And then finally we say perfect or perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so these are how we pronounce the words. All right, so remember, for you to perfectly get the sound, you need to think of it being centrally placed. Okay, so if you say it and it comes too forward, try to take it, try to measure it. Okay, it needs to be centralized. It needs to be centrally placed for you to correctly articulate the sound. And think of the uh-oh sound. Uh-oh, uh-oh. When you say uh-oh, it definitely comes from the central position. It doesn't come forward because we don't say uh-oh, uh-oh. We don't say uh-oh. We say uh-oh, uh-oh. So when you say uh-oh, you can easily just uh-oh, uh, 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 and you elongate it, word, 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 not word. Don't say word, not word, not word, but word. Okay? Thank you so much for listening. I'm King Ife, and I more than anything love to see you prosper. Please like and follow for more and share with your friends. Thank you.